Back here on CBS Sports HQ, we have 3 NFL preseason games on deck for your Friday. The Lions and the Falcons at 7 Eastern. Also at 7 Eastern, the Panthers and the Browns. Dave Canales saying that his starters are going to play. As for Cleveland, we know it's Shedeur Sanders getting the nod at quarterback. And then the Commanders and the Patriots, where we know that Tom Brady is going to get a statue unveiled, and we'll have more on that a little bit later here on the show on CBS Sports HQ. But as we look ahead to some other games that we can look forward to, we have a whole new slate of games. And preseason week 1, we get the Bills and the Giants kicking things off. And we're starting to see more and more teams use their starters in these first preseason games, which is certainly a different thing that we've seen in the past when it comes to preseason. I feel like it kind of ebbs and flows, right? So as for the Bills, we know that they are sitting Josh Allen, but other starters for Buffalo will play. All right, let's welcome on our NFL analyst, Logan Ryan, to discuss. Logan, great to see you. Not really a surprise that the reigning MVP is going to get a little bit of rest, but of the starters who are going to be getting some reps, who are you keeping your eye on for this Bills-Giants preseason game?
Man, for the Bills, I'm going to start with that wide receiver room. I mean, they really got to figure out who Josh Allen's weapons are going to be. A lot of those guys have moved on from last year. You know, no Mac Hollins, obviously didn't re-sign Amari Cooper. Khalil Shakir is clearly his #1 target. He operates out the slot. I don't think he will play due to injury. But Keon Coleman, I mean, they drafted him. Great personality, great athlete. Oh, he's a hooper. Can he create separation? Can he be an NFL wide receiver? Can Josh Allen count on him? Joshua Palmer, Curtis Samuel, Elijah Moore. There's a lot of names there. I want to see who is Josh Allen's targets going to be. Who's a guy that he can rely on in single high coverage that can win one-on-one when Khalil Shakir's doubled in the slot. That is what I want to see. I really want to put a target on Keon Coleman there and his wide receiver depth. This room, they're trying to win Super Bowls over there. Hard Knocks is entertaining. I love Josh Allen. I love Deion Dawkins, Big Snow. I love everything they got going on over there. But they're going to have some guys that need to win one-on-one on the outside in order to win a Super Bowl.
And just to push that forward, as we're talking about that wide receiver room for the upcoming season, right? You mentioned Khalil Shakir, and he is most likely the #1 guy there. Sean McDermott saying that he is expected to be ready to go week 1 after dealing with that ankle sprain. But in the past, you know, we've seen, you know, with whether it was Stephon Diggs, there was a clear-cut #1 guy. And when we're looking at this receiver room, it's not really the same situation that we're seeing, like, you know, in Cincinnati where they have a Jamar Chase or with a Justin Jefferson or something like that. But do you feel like having Khalil Shakir and then, you know, some depth, maybe not having a #1 standout Justin Jefferson type of guy is the way to go, almost like wide receiver by committee sort of, I guess?
I mean, that's what they wanted to do last year. They got away from the big personalities that come with some of those wide receiver ones, and they went to kind of spread it apart. But I believe to win a Super Bowl, you need some guys on the outside to win against tough, sticky coverage. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, the Denver Broncos, they have corners that can cover now. So who is going to win when they take Shakir away? You can try to take that away strategically. That list that we had Shakir with Devontae Smith and Amon-Ra St. Brown and their catch percentage, so efficient. A lot of those guys operate out the slot, but you know, Devontae Smith has A.J. Brown on the other side of him. Amon-Ra has a lot of speed and Jameson Williams on the outside and a great running game to go with them. They're different offenses. So I believe they need to find some weapons to be able to win one-on-one. And I think that's what this offseason is about for the Bills, is who's going to be that threat on the outside to win the vertical routes. Shakir's not a vertical route runner. You need some guys to make big plays down the field. And that's a great opportunity for this wide receiver room.
All right, now for training camps, we're always talking about holdouts or hold-in situations, and James Cook, he is still holding in, looking for a new contract, reportedly in the range of $15 million per year. Now, in the meantime, Ray Davis expect to get some work there. So what are your expectations for him in this Bills offense?
He's got to have a good showing. You know, they got to see what life's like, depending how long James Cook wants to take this. Now, I think this James Cook deal will get done before the season starts. Thankfully that the running back market and Kyron Williams has got back to a solid place. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs put on their back last year, moved to different teams and all had really good years to get that market back solid for these young running backs. So I think something needs to get done there because, listen, James Cook's the starter over there. I don't care how Ray Davis plays in preseason. If James Cook doesn't want to show up, Ray Davis has to be serviceable. But James Cook's that starter as soon as he signs his contract and our able to get something done. But this is a great opportunity for all young guys. This is a great opportunity for all depth to be established in the preseason, to go out there and show that when your number is called, you can be counted on. But I don't think Ray Davis, no matter what he does in this preseason, is going to take away James Cook's job. It's just, can they get it done contractually? Because I think James Cook's really important. With the lack of number one wide receivers, I think he's really important in this running game for the Buffalo Bills to be successful.
Yeah, we just saw where he stands there on the list of rushing touchdowns in Bills history, and he's sitting right there at the top, to your point, Logan. Let's go to the other team, to the Giants, because we know they drafted Jaxson Dart in this latest draft, and he's going to make his preseason debut for the Giants. And the sense is that he's going to sit there and kind of learn behind Russ. Jameis is also in that QB room, but what do you want to see from Jaxson Dart in his preseason debut for this organization?
I want to see him let it spin. Let it ride. You know, I really want to see that out of him, because I don't know how much opportunities he's going to get this year. Obviously, it looked like it's Russell Wilson's job, and it's a really crowded room, and he's been getting a lot of reps with the 3s and the 4s. So that's not too many competitive reps. Listen, the preseason is very basic football. It's very few plays on the offense. It's very few defenses installed. It's very basic because coaches want to evaluate not only their team, but the other team. So they kind of have like a not too much blitzing rule, and we won't run too much crazy plays. We want to see just guys go out there and ball. It's almost easier than a college game. If you can ball, you should be able to go show that in the preseason. We see a lot of legends and guys that had great pro careers kind of shine in the preseason. So it's basic ball. Don't overthink it, Jaxson Dart. Go out there and ball. Use your legs, use your arm. None of these guys have live tackle. The defense in preseasons are terrible with tackling because it's their first time doing it live since college. So he should go out there and have a big day, throwing the ball downfield and show them all the talent. And remember, the NFL draft kind of started this year when Jaxson Dart went in the first round. That was a big surprise over Shedeur Sanders, and all the coverage picked up. So go show them why the Giants picked you. Go have fun and go let it loose.
So that might have been a surprise, but Abdul Carter being picked number 3 overall by the Giants certainly wasn't. We were kind of expecting that. What do you think in terms of Abdul Carter? How impactful do you think he will be at the next level?
Well, I think tonight he should be dominant, because I don't know how much the Bills' offensive line's playing and what tackles he's going against. And pass rush, go get the quarterback. I mean, this guy has really great bend. He's got Von Miller-ish qualities. You see that the front he's playing with, he's not going to see many double teams when you have Dexter Lawrence on the inside and Brian Burns, on the other side of you. So he is set up to have a field day of a season, a field day of a career. And I believe pass rushing and cornerback play, that is a really talented position, a real instinctual position. And it does not take a long time to get good at that in the league. You either kind of have it or you don't. That's why we see a lot of rookie corners play pretty well, like the Eagles corners, for instance. And we see a lot of rookie pass rushers come out there and have success. So I think this guy's a true natural instinctual rusher. And I think he should come out there and have a really, really good year. Like, obviously, defensive player of the year, rookie defensive player of the year, quality type campaign. But it starts tonight. And like I said, it's really basic out there for him. So he should go have a field day.
Logan, we certainly appreciate it. Hang tight, getting us ready for all the NFL preseason action that we have on deck for tonight, and then, of course, through the weekend as well. The NFL on CBS returns September 7th. You can watch your local game live on CBS and, of course, stream all the action on Paramount Plus as well.